Let's talk about CUB, the alcohol conglomerate that owns Carlton Draft, Melbourne Bitter, VB, pretty much all the brands that taste like filler product pissed in a bottle.
The fermentation process occurs in my bladder.
Yep. You can definitely taste the ruddock in that. That's alright. Australian made and owned.
Whether you're making that made in Australia point, mums, you vote for Jackie Lambie always, mate.
It's actually owned by the British, which explains why it's so bloody un-Australian. I mean, what Aussie could ever be bothered to fine comb our Fair Work Act, find an extremely cunning loophole in it which renders it about as legally useful as Dan Brown's digital fortress? This doesn't have Robert Langdon in it!
The twist in Dan Brown's first novel, available at garage sales.
And you'll never guess which party secretly neutered our Fair Work Act.
Oh, was it Labor?
G'day, new subscribers. It gives me no joy to inform you that shockingly, it was the Liberal Party who have definitely warranted this slogan to be uttered by the same guy that does the VB voiceovers, bloody mercenary.
Fair Work Act, more like unfair work fact.
Any business with an extremely arbitrary number of signatures that I can only imagine was inspired by Tony Abbott's eye touch.
Come on, Brittany. How many signatures should businesses be able to muster in order to completely renegotiate their staff's contracts?
1, 2, 3.
Three's a crowd, of course.
No matter how large the business we're talking, they could have employed all of Australia and they'd still need just 3 signatures with no union reps present, no management, not even workers with an experienced understanding of the workplace. And by experienced understanding, I mean they've been employed for a week, because this is who CUB decided to renegotiate their entire workforce's contracts with. Casually employed teenagers that had been working there for 6 days. They pitted their corporate lawyers against the guys from Superbad.
I mean, I don't know this guy's name, but look at that guy's cap, eh? Someone should have warned me I was about to jump into the Shark Tank.
These look like they've attempted the world record at most bee stings on a single man's face and have probably thought about propeller hats at least 300,000 times more than they've contemplated the intricate pitfalls of contractual law. Why think about limits when the only true limit's the sky? Jimbo, Nelson and Kearney unwittingly agreed to cut the entire brewery's pay by 65%. And sorry to sound like a journalist for The Guardian attempting to crack a joke, but...
And the Australian Fair Work Commission thinks that's, well, fair.
But here's what the Fair Work Commission does find unfair.
Well, I can see that CUB plunging you and your family below the poverty line in a year of record profits for CUB is a bit of a bummer, but hey, who's there? It's life. Get over it. You're a middle worker, why don't you build a bridge?
Oi! He's crossing the picket line! Scat! Scat!
Hey! Did you just call someone that stole your job for a third of the wage a name? Mate, it's a dictionary definition of what that scum over there is. It's mean. Mean's not what life's about.
I can't feed my family because of the greed of CUB and that filth. And yet you're punishing me for using the dictionary.
Look, I've already had the life's not fair chat with you, mate. I don't know what to contribute to this conversation after that. I feel like I'm going around in circles.
Orwellian. The fact that Philippine sweatshop level corporate greed is not only condoned, legally protected, while the bearers of this obvious injustice are slapped in the face with anti-bullying laws for the crime of dare calling a spade by the very commission set up to protect these workers is 1984 with a sunrise twist.
Well, it's the biggest issue facing Australia. Bullies.
No. The fact that you, along with your inane, regressive left human muffin break contemporaries who would view this cultural fascism that's slowly suffocating the barely existing discourse in this country as some sort of pathetic silver lining, rather than the all-too-convenient rearguard of the economic fascism it's so clearly designed to preserve is something I'm not quite sure these chin-studded clown-haired...
Someone said something on Q&A that invades my safe ears. #victim. #why does it always rain on me?
Self-absorbed morons can fully comprehend, so allow me to put this in terms that even a vulnerable narcissist such as yourself might actually prick up and listen to. This affects you.
Oh, harsh, dude. That's the one person I didn't want it to affect, eh?
What just happened to the 55 workers in that brewery is a canary in the mine. Everyone's work conditions are fair game because this is the law of the land now. So if I were you, I'd shut the fuck up about it.
If Donald Trump gets elected, I'm staying in Australia. I'm not a citizen there.
And start using the only skill you've sadly cultivated in 2 decades of living on this planet, which is to move your thumbs really quickly and boycott CUB. I don't know why you'd buy their beverages in the first place. It's masochism in a bottle anyway. I don't know. Powers go. But the next 5 bars that inform me they've stopped ordering CUB products like the good people of Lincoln Hotel have, I'll give you free advertising on my Facebook and Instagram accounts because... for siding with generations past that suffered real oppression, not these Tumblr rejects. Workers who sacrificed, fought and died for the rights of the Liberal Party are secretly stripping away, and so for the sake of their spirits, don't buy these spirits.
Instead, use the money to come see my live show.
Shame! Shame!
Not as shameless as CUB. Remember who the real enemy is.